Aloha and welcome to episode 26 of That Time I Got Arrested. This one I am so excited about, you guys. It's with Katie Oliver. She is so delightful. She is a real life friend of mine, and she's a cool chick, and she's been through a lot, and I am so excited to have her on and share this episode with you. She is an avid listener, and I appreciate her and her love and support so much. Like, she texted me on Mother's Day and was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about you." Like, that's nice. That's just nice. People aren't nice anymore. But if you want to be nice to me, maybe you could submit to the podcast. I'm pretty sure 1 or 20 of you have been arrested, and I want to hear your stories. So hit us up at thattimeigоtarrested@gmail.com and let me know about you. And while you're at it, if you're on your phone, if you're in Gmail, then why don't you go on social media like Instagram and follow us on Instagram, That Time I Got Arrested, or follow me, B. Casper. I have more listeners than I have followers, and that's not an equation I'm comfortable with. While you're at it, subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends, subscribe on iTunes, and then when you're on iTunes, I know this is a lot of instructions, but trust me, this is good for both of us. While you're on iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, and if you do, and you hit me up, you know. My name is B. Casper, and my entire life has been a lie. That's not even my real name. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you all of my secrets. This isn't the story of how I became an orphan. This isn't the story about how I jumped off a 5-story building and survived. This isn't about how I died and came back funny. This is That Time I Got Arrested. Tell me.
This is
your experience.
Oh, God. As a matter of fact, on Tuesday, I had my last appointment ever. I am done.
Up top. Cool.
Boom, boom,
That's amazing.
boom.
Oh, I love being done with probation.
I mean, I still owe Cook County money.
Whatever.
$500, I have to get it together by August. It's fine.
That's great.
But, on my last appointment, she's like, "Well, when are you going to get your license back?" I'm like, "You told me I couldn't get it back till my fines were paid." And she's like, "No, you could have gotten it back a year ago."
Excuse me?
Yeah. The woman who was...
What the fuck? That's annoying.
Yeah. She was so bad at her job. But yeah, so I hit you up because you mentioned on the podcast that you knew a foolproof way for women to pass a drug test. And
that's right. I do.
And I am a testament that you can just pee dirty for, 3 years while you're on probation and they don't do anything about it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I was clean maybe 50% of the drug tests they gave me.
Oh, so maybe they just didn't check all of them?
No, they definitely did. They just, I don't know, they would just give me another court date and I'd give them an update. And
oh, okay. That's interesting.
It was complete bureaucracy. And I'm like, okay. So that was always interesting.
Well, I remember telling you about how to do it. I was always way too nervous to, when I was on probation, I was clean for about 3 months. And I used to have nightmares about smoking weed and then having to take a drug test. And I really honestly just wanted to smoke weed on top of being afraid of it. But I genuinely wanted to do it. And then I just figued out as a female, there are certain advantages. I mean, this is maybe the only one.
It's literally the only one. First of all, you can just buy fake urine. That's a product that they have.
You
went homegrown. I went store bought.
Yeah. Well, I was clean, so I just saved a bunch of my own clean pee.
And
I froze it.
That's genius.
Yeah, and I kept it in my freezer, and it was good for over a year, and I used it at every single drug test, and I was tested once a week for a year straight. Once a week for a year straight. I was on intensive drug probation. And so what I did, and here's the tip. I know I did promise it a long time ago. It's finally here. So here's what you do. You take a 5-hour energy bottle, anything that's like 1 ounce, which is the minimum.
I did travel hairspray.
Yeah. Okay. Good for you. My vagina pocket is smaller.
No, I'm just saying, like, it wasn't a brag. Like, no. I'm just find what works for your body.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. And I did try more than one size bottle, but that was the one that worked the best for me. So to each their own.
I had the first time I did it, I had a bunch of sex right before I went to the appointment.
Oh, okay.
And I had my lover insert it for me, and that just made it easier.
That's so romantic.
It was.
I practiced, and I made my cousin watch me do a piss test to see if you could see the bottle and to see if it looked like I was actually peeing. But anyway, so you fill the 5-hour energy bottle with your pee, fake or real or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck you want to put in there.
Dealer's choice.
Exactly. Put the 5-hour energy bottle inside of your vagina with the lid facing down. But here's the trick. Here's what you do is you take tinfoil and you wrap it around the lid and then you secure it with a rubber band. So you've got the 5-hour energy bottle. You've got the liquid inside, you've got the tinfoil on top, you've got the rubber band securing the foil. You stick the bottle in, bottom side up, and you leave just a little bit out so that when you're holding the cup that you're supposed to pee into, you poke the foil with your thumb, the pee comes out, and it is in your body. So, also hot tip, leave it in your body for 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah, brings it up to body temperature, so it'll pass the temperature strip. I'm telling you, foolproof. I did it for a year straight, once a week. Never fucking missed a day, and my probation officer hated me, so she tested me every single time I was there. And so poke it comes out, pee's clean, temperature strip matches. Is that what you did?
Yeah, pretty much.
And it worked?
The first time, so I did it 3 times, and
with my system?
Yeah.
I should patent that. Can I patent that here?
You really should. You could sell kits.
Oh my God, I could sell kits.
Sell kits.
Oh, with little itty bitty pieces of tinfoil and rubber bands. And I know which rubber bands work the best.
And I'm here to tell you, you think the tinfoil won't hold, but it will.
It will.
It'll hold. Believe in your body, ladies.
Yeah.
I
tried it with saran wrap first, but that wasn't as easy to poke.
No, it's press and seal might be good, but...
No, you got to get your... it has something you have to be able to get a nail or a thumb through it so that the liquid can come out.
That works.
Has it leaked? Yes. Have I had a hard time getting the bottle out afterwards? Absolutely.
100%.
Have I cried as tinfoil has scratched the inside of my vaginal walls? Of course. Mm-hmm. Of course I have. What do you think? Once a week for a year? Yeah. But was it worth it?
100%.
Didn't go back to jail. Never failed a drug test. Yep. Mm-hmm. I would do it again. And you know what is so funny is that I only very recently at maybe 6 or 7 months ago threw out I think I told you when this happened too. I threw out my 5-hour energy bottle and it still had pee in it. And I just had it on me for so long because I'm I don't know if I need to take a drug test. I don't know.
That's smart.
Yeah.
If you ever do need to reinstate the system, if you go to head shops, they have fake.
I know, those make me nervous because sometimes I've heard that they can test if it's fake, and I don't know.
I know.
I'm just
and I assume
Cook County.
I assume Cook County doesn't use the best technology.
Yeah, you could assume that, but then I don't know. My probation officer was a scary cold biatch.
Did you have probation on 26th in California?
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
I bought her a cactus on the last day.
I brought my lady flowers.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's
wait, so I guess what did you even get arrested for?
This one.
Start from the beginning. Tell me about yourself.
I am from Bismarck, North Dakota, and I'm 37. I've been in Chicago 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been doing comedy?
Real high right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Occupational hazard.
Haven't been high in a couple days.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm just doing, this is great. How long have I been doing comedy? like, I've been in the comedy scene for like 4 years, but I've been doing comedy for like 2.5 amongst those 4 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started when I moved to Chicago. I moved to Chicago super impulsively after like a breakup.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a great way to do it. Shout out Hattie Preston. I saw her at Rising Laughter, and we were on the same show, and she's so fucking funny. She's so funny. And then I was like, oh my God, dude, why are you in America? I'm like, it's so much better to be a comedian in like overseas and in England especially. And she said the same thing. She was like, oh, I had a mental breakdown and a breakup. And then I fled the country. And I was like, dude, word.
100%. 100%.
Like, understood.
We were together for 3.5 years. He got real mean in like the last 4 months we were together.
As they do.
And literally 3 weeks to the day after I broke up with him, I woke up and I'm like, oh, he's sleeping with like my best friend at the time. I don't want to say her name.
What?
They are now married with a kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No.
Like.
That is scandalous.
I mean, it just like.
That is so fucked up.
It fucking almost destroyed me. But I was like, vaya con Dios. Like, go, like, I wish you well. You obviously wanted a life I didn't want.
Wow.
I'm so glad I ended up in Chicago. There's a level of growth that has happened here that just.
Growth. Hello.
You know, or just like, I've changed in ways that I don't think would be possible in North Dakota. Like, I love North Dakota, but it's a depressing place for me.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think it's just a depressing place in general.
The thing is, it's beautiful. Like
right, but that's stolen land, so it's cursed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, even like,
yeah,
more.
What I said checks out.
No, for real. That's the thing. I literally am spending the weekend with my stepdad, who he's a wonderful, he's a man, and he just like, he's so counter to everything I believe, and I'm super uncomfortable with it. I had been working for the North Dakota Senate. Like when I was in North Dakota, I was like law school, and I'm like, you can't go to law school because you don't know what to do. It's stupid. And
a lot of debt, a lot of reading.
And like, it would destroy my love of reading.
Yes.
You know, like I like to read. So I came here to like help my sister out. Her and her husband had their third child, but she came like 3 months early.
Ooh.
So I just like came to lend a hand. She's fine now. She's a goddamn warrior. She's going to save us all.
That's cool.
She's like my best friend in the world.
Oh.
She's my goddaughter. But anyway,
shout out to my goddaughter. What's up? You know who you are.
Hell yeah. Mine can't listen to this.
Yeah, no, she shouldn't be listening, but she does. So,
but I was here and I'd been here for like a day, and I like looked at my sister and brother-in-law and I'm like, I'm gonna move to Chicago. So I was here for 2 weeks, and in that time I didn't want to do anything professional, so I got a job at the butcher department of Whole Foods.
Okay.
And I worked there and did Instacart, and like randomly met Amanda Lynn Deal while I was on a Tinder date at the Humboldt House. Do you know Amanda Lynn Deal? She's since moved back to Oregon.
I don't know anyone in the comedy scene because I'm not down with them.
The thing is, like, as much as I'm like, I'm glad I moved to Chicago, like I like my life now, comedy. When I started, I hit it super hard. I was a like hashtag hustle, hashtag grind. Like
you were hashtag hustle, hashtag grind.
I just was still going through like a huge mental breakdown, so I was just like drinking a bunch, and eventually got a DUI.
Okay, now we're into it.
So, and like that happened less than a year after I moved to Chicago.
But like, how did you get the DUI? Like, what happened?
I was
that
leaving
day?
a show.
Oh, okay, so it was like a comedy DUI.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is your first one?
No.
Okay.
It was not my first one. I don't want to say how many I've had.
So but you like to drink and drive. That's fine. Some people are good at it.
Not anymore. I mean,
I'm
listen,
just kidding. Don't actually
listen.
drink and drive. I'm not a proponent
No one
for that.
should do it.
But like, you can like a little bit though. You know what I mean? Like, you can drink like a little bit and drive. Don't be drunk.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot. But like, I mean, yeah, just don't be an idiot. Were you drunk? You like legit, like you probably shouldn't have been driving?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then I like was still doing comedy a little bit, but I like put myself, and like not my first rodeo with the problematic drinking and alcoholic behavior, because I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, word.
So, hi.
Hi, Katie.
Hi. I'm
Not
Katie.
anonymous, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. Should I say that am I a weed addict, Aaron?
Oh, no. I'm not. The thing is,
He laughed.
I still smoke weed.
I know, but it's like if you're going to come out as like an alcoholic, then like I should like formally come out as like, I'm addicted to sex and weed. I'm so awful. No one hang out with me. I'm sorry.
So,
I'm having a day.
I get it, man.
Please continue.
I'll be real. I was having a day till we started the podcast. I'm having a really nice time.
Oh.
This is great.
Oh.
So I put like, I had like stopped working at Whole Foods and like gotten an office job because Chicago is expensive when you have a car and drink a lot.
Chicago, being alive is expensive.
Someone tried to tell me Chicago wasn't that expensive the other day. And I'm like,
it's not comparatively. It's like to San Francisco or New York or LA or even like Oakland or San Diego or Portland or Seattle or Miami or Atlanta. It's actually out of all of those, it's like the cheapest.
Yeah.
Even Denver, way cheaper than Denver. Chicago's actually kind of fucking killing it right now as far as like
I mean,
cost of living.
I can make it pretty easy, you know.
But you can get by in Chicago.
You can. I think easier than other places.
But there's a lot of poor people here too. So there is like a huge, and there's a lot of segregation. So there's like a huge like social inequity as far as like economics go, you know?
Oh yeah. They're like, this was pointed out before we started, like they're starting to build high-rise condos in Uptown.
Everywhere.
I just moved to Albany Park and it's really nice.
Far.
I mean, the thing is I'm 7 minutes off the Kimball Brown line.
Oh, okay.
So not too bad.
Oh, okay.
Kedzie Brown line. Excuse me. Sorry, I lost track.
That was a good burp.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. So you were at a show.
I was at a show in Wicker Park, and I was going back to my place in Humboldt Park. It was Saturday night, and
Pretty close by for anyone who's not familiar.
Yeah.
Those are like right next to each other. You're going from one neighborhood to the next.
And I went to
Due west.
turn left.
Uh-huh.
And I turned without a signal in front of a cop.
Ugh.
Yeah. So
Don't they have anything better to do in the city?
girl, I begged for it. That was an incredibly stupid and dumb thing for me to do.
But no turn signal?
In front of a cop. I almost cut them off.
Okay. Never mind. I guess I can see. They're so
like
they're so stuck up about that shit.
Here's the thing. And I have said this forever and I still believe it, but that one particular experience, like that DUI has set off a course of motion of like shit that I was just finally forced to deal with.
It rains, it pours.
And like I always knew drinking was a symptom of a bigger problem. I just didn't know what the bigger problem was.
Wait, so do you know that now?
I mean, I have a better idea. It literally just occurred to me like a year ago that I have like a say in my own happiness.
Whoa.
There's just like mental health stuff is weird, man.
Being alive is weird. What happened with the cop? Did he like field sobriety? Did he give you a breathalyzer?
He field sobriety, and then, I mean, I had to watch the tape with my attorney, which was fucking brutal, man.
Whoa. Were you blackout?
No. It was just to see it from their perspective. Like it was the dashboard. But I also think my attorney probably showed it. Like,
were you like wasted?
Yeah.
Okay. Like it was probably like dangerous, maybe.
We were pulling over so the other person could drive.
Okay. So you were in the car with someone else?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Why weren't they not driving?
I don't know.
They were drunk too?
Yeah, I think so.
But not as drunk, or is it hard to get it all?
It's hard to get it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I think I was definitely more drunk than I want to let myself admit right now.
Right.
Which means I was more drunk than I want to admit right now.
It's like hard.
So I'll be real about it's super it's I thought I didn't have a ton of shame around it, but it's just weird to admit that to people.
It's like hard to
Here's
come here and
here's the worst thing I've ever done.
Right, I know. I'm so sorry. I feel like that doesn't always like come across, but like it really is hard to come in here and like open up and like talk about something that's like potentially the worst day of your entire life that affects you for years, that's very expensive, that's very embarrassing, that like definitely changes you as a person, not in a good way necessarily, but like it has a huge effect on you.
I literally it's literally going to be done 3 years to the day of my first court date.
Oh, fuck.
Like my last court date is at the end of August, but the DUI happened in January.
Wait, so did you go to Cook County in Humboldt getting arrested?
I went to the one on Belmont and Western.
So did you blow, or did they do field sobriety and they were just like,
yeah.
Okay.
Field sobriety, and I was out of there.
Okay. And it was like a full DUI?
Yeah. But the thing is,
did they tow your car?
Towed my car. Did not find the half ounce of weed in my back seat.
Oh, hey.
It was in this cute little tote bag that I can't find now. It has a little cat on it.
Oh.
Which is a bummer. I liked that bag. Anyway, yeah,
I like cats as a concept, not as an actual like practice.
I had the best cat ever before I moved. I also thought I had a soulmate now, So
yeah, you know what? Me too. Me too. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. It's so funny how you can like think that about someone and then they can like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spend your money on porn stars and Twitter. Not that I'm like speaking from personal experience or anything. Anyways, so
I got arrested. Was there was no bond. Like they basically just had to like, since I had a North Dakota ID, it was North Dakota license, because like I was like too busy living my life to like change my shit, which is bullshit.
Wait, so did they let you go that night?
Yeah, they just had to run my shit from North Dakota and made sure I had no warrants out.
Wow, that is called white privilege.
Norwegian, like really white, like Norwegian and Welsh, like
yeah,
I look like
North Dakota.
I look like all their daughters.
Right. Wow, that is. Sorry, no offense, because I'm glad you didn't go to Cook County, because I would never wish that on my worst enemy. Actually, I would wish that on my worst enemy.
It's completely fucked up.
Yeah,
it is. Like, and that singular event, holy cow, that singular event is kind of what sparked the desire in me to, like, understand shit from other levels.
What do you mean?
Like, fuck you, I'm not going to use the word woke, but, like...
Okay.
Like, because I'm not, and it's stupid. White people cannot pull that word off. Anyway,
well, now it's like, now woke is like passe.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean what it meant before anyways.
But like I had a couple really good roommates who like turned me out. Like I told them what happened. And since I had previous DUI, that's just how it was in North Dakota. But like, you went to the jail and you got someone to come bond you out and then you left and they gave you your court date information right then and like all that.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But that was not my experience. They literally just like ran my shit, gave me a cell to myself, let me go like 5-6 hours later.
Nice, dude.
I mean,
that's amazing. I'm so happy for you that that's how it worked out, even though I'm sad for everyone else who didn't get it that easy. So then you got an I-bond, you got your court date, and now it's like, now you have to deal with it.
No, that's the thing. I didn't get my first court date. I don't think I got my first. No, I didn't get. No, okay, sorry. I did get my first court date before I left. I couldn't remember if I got my first court date before I left.
When you got out, did you have to go get your car out of impound?
Yes.
Was it so expensive?
It was, but my parents paid for it.
Nice. White.
Yep.
Privilege of coming from like a nuclear family too, which is also like a
I used to pray for their divorce.
famously white thing though. You know what I mean?
But like, yeah, it's fucked up though. Because all families are fucked up. Like I know nothing about my dad's side of the family. Like nothing. I have an uncle I haven't seen in like 30 years.
We inherit trauma from our ancestors.
Why do you think that's one of the big reasons I don't want kids. Like that shit's stored in my DNA. It's not going anywhere. The best I can do is deal with the shit I have.
Right. Isn't it like the most fucked up thought to have about yourself? To be like, you know what? I should never breed because I need my bloodline to stop here.
The thing is, I've breeded. I placed a child for an open adoption. So like...
Right. I didn't know if you wanted to get into that or not.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that shit all day.
All right, so...
No, just like... even before I had him, like even growing up, certain things just never occurred to me. Being a bride never occurred to me. The fact that I would be 37 at some point would never occurred to me. Never really wanted to be a mom. Never played with like baby dolls and shit. I grew up the youngest of 6, so I was always around older people. Like... So if there was a biological want that would have arisen by now, I got that shit over with when I was 21.
Wow.
You know?
But do you feel like a sense of like loss or like separateness or like, is there any sort of grief that you feel like you had to deal with, like going through that? Because I feel like that would be really, really hard to be pregnant for so long. And to go through the experience of like giving birth and then to like see this like human being that like you literally grew with your body and then to be like, okay, see ya. Like I don't mean to be like callous about it.
No.
But I feel like that is like one of the most difficult things you could ever do. And I would get 1,000 abortions before I could ever like genuinely consider putting myself through that. I
will say this. Since then, I have exercised my right to choice twice, both with that shitty ex-boyfriend. So those were like clairvoyant abortions. I knew shit wasn't going to last.
Yeah.
But with him, like, it was like there was a multitude of factors. I never really felt lost because I always knew it was the right thing to do for me. Like, I knew open adoption was a thing. I honestly didn't think I was ready to... knew I wasn't ready to be a mom, but I didn't think I was emotionally ready to have an abortion because I was sold a fucking fake bill of goods growing up Catholic.
We are brainwashed to believe that there is so much shame around abortion and that it's like killing a human being when it's like, but the alternative is just as fucked up and like just as traumatic, if not, in my opinion, it's like so much more, you know? I mean, like, are you okay? And I'm sorry, I don't want to like patronize you, but like, are you okay? Like, I want to give you a hug. Like, that's, oh my God, that's like so fucking hard, you know?
I mean, first of all, I think okay. I think I'm okay. I have never once regretted placing him because I still get to see him.
Yeah.
And low-key, like now that he's a teenager, he kind of annoys me.
Word. I mean, teenagers are annoying.
Oh God.
As soon as kids grow up, that's the worst part about having kids is that they like get bigger and you still have to hang out with them.
Yeah.
You know?
But like it's
babies
cool.
are great, but then like they just keep getting bigger and then all of a sudden it's like you have to feed them all the time and then they are always asking you for money and then they're like rude to you and they don't appreciate anything and don't you just want to like murder their little faces?
That's the thing.
Not you though, Brie. You're perfect.
My sister's 3 kids and we all have really special relationships. But like their youngest, their 4-year-old, like I'm not joking. She is my best friend.
But wait till she turns fucking 13 and see how she is. You know what I mean?
Oh God, I don't want that to happen.
I know, but it will happen. And then not only will she turn 13, then she'll fucking turn 23.
Here's another thing.
And then you're going to be bailing her out of jail, you know?
Ooh, I've had to make that call to Leslie. I don't want to do that to her.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm like, she's going to call you.
Fuck that.
I'm not going to call her mom. She's going to call her fucking cool aunt, you know?
Hopefully I'll have cash by then.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you do, because if she needs it, I tell Brie all the time, I'm like, if you are in jail, I got you.
Oh, yeah. I know they would definitely, like, I feel like I'm putting down that vibe pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would hope so. Also, besides their parents, I'm the family member they see the most. Like, up until recently, I lived like 15 minutes away from them, like a 15-minute walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't need kids. I have their kids, and they won't break my heart the way they would if they were my real kids. Like, I get to be the fun aunt, and I don't have to fucking pay for college or deal with any of that shit.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've broken everyone's heart in my whole family. So, you know, there's still time. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, TikTok, get on that. I think at a certain point, my family, like, God bless them, but I think, I don't know. I think some of them didn't expect me to get this far.
What do you mean? Like alive?
Yeah.
Like they didn't expect you to live this long?
Like low-key.
The ripe old age of 37. My grandmother told me that 40 is the new 20. And I was like, I love the way that you tell me things, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
No, like I was really reckless and stupid and like and when I say like I'm okay about like the pregnancy, like all that stuff, like it's I'm taking into account a larger factor. Like through all of that, I drank really recklessly. Through all of that, I was super reckless with men. So, you know, but because of white privilege, managed to get a degree in fucking theater because I wanted to, and then moved to Minneapolis and stage managed because that's what I wanted to do. Like, it's been super fucking easy up until this point. Like, not up until this point. Like, I feel like being here has finally like provided me a direction with which I can give back.
But it seems kind of like you, like, forgive me for saying this or speaking out of turn, and if you need to like hit me later, it's fine. But it almost seems like from where I'm sitting and what you're telling me, it seems like you had the freedom of what it would have been like if you had had an abortion, but on top of it, you had all the trauma from like having to go through being pregnant, giving birth, giving your child up for adoption, and then trying to like forge a life after that. So it's like you had all that freedom. You got the opportunity to go to school and to move and to meet people and to, you know, chase whatever dream you had at that moment in time. But it was like you had this problem, this like drinking that you like. And I think that a lot of people do this. I mean, my mother is like a prime example of this, is that like you drink to escape, you drink to forget, you drink to numb yourself of the things that you can't fully face. And like I like do that when I like never really drink, but when I'm feeling like super fucked up about something, if I'm like really sad or if I am having a day, like I'm going to go home and like my version of drinking is I'll have like 7% IPA. You know what I mean? But like I do drink to like numb it away. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So like I get that. And like to a lesser degree, I do that. I mean, am I high all day? Yeah. Am I escaping my own version of reality in a completely different way? Yes. Yeah. But my version of escape doesn't lead me to DUIs. Thankfully, only leads me to selling drugs. I mean, whatever. Everyone chooses a different path. Well, and one's not better than the other is all I'm trying to say.
Everyone has the thing.
To escape. The trauma to escape. Yeah.
And like, I'm just I'll say it. I've been incredibly lucky. Last year, I was fortunate enough to spend 30 days in a trauma, it was a mental health facility in Arizona, and uncover a lot of shit that. Wait,
what? Tell me about this.
So was
this part of your DUI?
No, this I have been through 4
DUIs?
No, 4 in the last 3 years. I've been through 4 different like mental health and addiction treatment programs.
That's amazing.
Not really.
Do you feel, I mean, like, I feel like, no, I mean, but if you have a problem, then to go to 4, were they helpful?
Yeah. And like,
sorry, that's my knee-jerk reaction. That's amazing. But like, was it though?
I need to quantify it by, it was 1, and then I decided I needed to go to a higher level of care. And then from that one, did some good work, but halfway through, I was discovering some really heavy shit and started like disassociating, and it just got to be really, I was like, okay, I need a higher level of care. So I was able to do a 30-day inpatient at a place in Arizona, had my pick of places.
Because you have health insurance?
I had lost my job and my mother was paying my COBRA. My mom's still paying my COBRA.
Oh, wow.
Here's the like,
what an angel.
I'm incredibly fortunate and probably needed that reminder today. No, low key, probably did. And then when I left there, I literally left there a year ago yesterday.
Wow.
It's been a year. When I got back from that, I was I did like a step down program to reintroduce me into society.
Yeah.
Last summer sucked. It was really hard. Being back was harder than before I went.
What do you mean? Why is it harder?
It was like, it didn't occur. Like when I said before, like it didn't occur to me, I was saying my own happiness. It also didn't occur to me that I had trauma surrounding certain things in my life because it didn't feel like trauma. Like when I had Joseph, I didn't want to be a mom. I didn't look at him and want to mother him. And through a prolonged relationship with them, I don't feel nurturing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel maternal.
But you're such like a nurturing friend. I mean, not to like disagree with what you're saying, but that does surprise me though.
It's kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah.
But so like because of that one thing, because I didn't feel, because I didn't want to parent him, I thought I didn't think that my trauma took a different form, and it literally just was made apparent to me like a year ago.
Interesting. Trauma is a tricky beast.
And it's
a chameleon, as it were, because it occurs. And I heard recently that like when you're experiencing trauma, like true trauma, you don't realize that it's trauma because that's like what's happening to you. So it's like, even if you think like being able to like recognize that something is fucked up means that it's like less traumatic than you just like having a fucked up experience and like accepting that as your reality.
For sure.
And then it's sort of like manifests in all this way where like, that's why later, you have PTSD. That's why like people who like train and go to war and then are in war and they're like, yeah, this is what I trained for. This is what I'm supposed to do. And then they come back and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's, it was all like, and it all happened pretty quickly. Like, I said something out loud in therapy. I've been in therapy since my DUI. That's
great. Was that mandatory?
No. And again, with a really wonderful woman who I have to pay up front, and people are able to help me with that. Like, I have been really lucky. One day I was with her and she had pushed she'd pushed this question a couple times throughout our years. And once I just said something out loud, I'm like, I wonder if I have X kind of trauma in my childhood. And I said, I wonder if I have sexual trauma from my childhood. And she said, people who don't have it don't think that.
Wow. Wow.
Shout out to Nicole Waller. Love you. I love her. She's great. She's wonderful. I still see her. But like,
having a good relationship with your therapist is like so incredible. I had one for 3 years and then but it was like mandatory. It was assigned by the courts. That's fine. But I didn't ever feel like it was like working. You know what I mean? And then I stopped going for a month and then I jumped off a building. So it's I didn't feel like therapy helped. And I recently went and saw my old therapist again for the first time in
good for you.
In 3 years. And so I was I was in therapy for 3 years and then I took 3 years off and then I saw him again and kind of just updated him. And oh man, it was scary. I mean, it was like scary for me to have to like sit there and face everything that like hasn't changed and then sort of be like, oh, well, maybe it's me though. Like maybe you weren't the problem as my therapist, as the doctor in this situation. Maybe it's my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, therapy can be enlightening to you in so many ways.
It literally, that's like... all of my feelings were tied up with drinking. I just thought I felt miserable because I was an alcoholic who couldn't quit. I thought I was miserable because I just couldn't stop drinking. And I did an outpatient program at Hazelden in Chicago, and I was sober for a while. And once I had like that sobriety and started seeing that therapist is when a lot of other I've gone through several diagnoses since then, and we just landed on one that I think really works. But like none of it occurred to me that I had mental health issues. Like it literally was a surprise to me. And then it's like, well, okay, why is it a surprise to you? You can spot things and you have deductive reasoning, and it's there's a block there because of how you're raised.
Yeah, but it's hard, and I can see myself and still, even within seeing myself, have a hard time seeing myself. So I think that a lot of people are like that it's really easy to say what your problems are, but it's a lot harder to like accept them and then like work on changing them. Like that is like everyone's biggest challenge, as a human being, is to like come to terms with whatever trauma you faced, is say how it's affected you in like a realistic way, and then be like, okay, and then here is me actively working to change it. Because sometimes I even feel like, and maybe you can tell me because you've been in a lot of like programs that will help people figure this out, but then it's like, even if you know what your problems are, like, but how do you change?
It legitimately, like, it has taken me a really long time. And like, because here's the thing, I feel incredibly dim-witted about the whole experience because it takes a really long time to figure things out, and get medicines right. And like, I'm just, the need is so great, and there are so many people out there that don't have like, I wouldn't say I have average resources at my disposal. I would say that because of the family I was born into, I probably have better than average resources at my disposal.
Sure.
80% of wealth is generational. 80% of wealth is generational. Like, that's what people don't understand. Like, it's so.
That's so true. It's because, it puts you even just in a better position, like demographically, because of where you live. It depends on where you end up going to school and like the kind of education you get. And then like that'll determine the sort of job that you're capable of getting later on in life.
And I was just allowed to be like, I don't think this means I'm not a good person, but I was just allowed to be really mediocre for most of my life because it wasn't ever a question if I was going to college. It wasn't ever,
Yeah. I mean, that's very mature of you to like recognize that and to be able to say that about yourself, because that's like not an easy thing to like come to terms with. A lot of people like, even myself, like I feel like a lot of people have a hard time coming to terms with their own mediocrity.
It just, and like
and then being like, okay, so like what do I do about that though, which is like, getting a graduate degree, like that's cool of you.
Yeah. And like I don't want to say I'm trying not to be mediocre. I'm just, and this is going to sound just as trite, but like, I really feel like for the first time, I'm actually getting to know myself.
That's so fucking lovely. That's like the best thing that I have heard all month. And I know that it's only the 9th, but still, it's been a long month.
It has been a long month. And like, there are tangible differences in my life today than there were before I went tears. Like, I have a sense of self, a real sense of self for I think the first time ever. And that, I don't want to say that ruffles feathers, but like when people are used to treating you a certain way, and you change, sometimes it can be, and like you call them on old habits, it can kind of be difficult. But like, my dating life isn't a mess. It's just non-existent. Like, because at the first sign of bullshit, I'm just like...
I know, but like, who really wants to date anymore anyways? Because I just feel like every guy is a lying, disgusting, cheating, idiot asshole. So I just don't... Why do people date? What is love? I don't know.
Men are garbage.
But also, is it hard not to feel like within that paradigm of men being garbage that like...
The thing is, I've decided I'm deleting all my apps. I am not going to pursue romance anymore.
I don't even have a single app. But like, what's the difference in your life then, you know?
I mean, the returns are a little less marginal, but I have what I need from them. There's like I got a hoe on the side. And
do you have a hoe on the side?
He's real sexy. He's like 45 and in an open marriage, but like...
Oh, okay. Is the sex good?
Yeah. Oh God, he has a really great dick.
Okay, there we go. That's what I'm into.
But
that's my type.
I just learned, like, I just put it together that my new apartment is like 3 blocks from his place.
Oh, holla.
I'm like, you don't have to go to Andersonville anymore.
No, that's
nice.
So convenient though.
And then the thing is...
I'm like dying to fuck someone in my building just so I can like never have to leave, you know? I so badly want to be in a relationship where I live with someone just so like the sex is always there. I'm in a weird mood today.
It's like, I really liked this dude I broke up with, like that I called it off with. Like, breakup makes it sound like he's my boyfriend, but like, I really liked him and
But you didn't like the way he treated you.
Exactly. Like,
yeah.
But it started out fine. Like, he... like we both wanted the same thing and like it sounded, you know.
What is that? So
I would like to be in a relationship.
Okay, so you're not like swearing off romance.
I'm swearing off apps.
Apps for romance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably smart though.
And like my therapist is the one who I didn't have apps or sex for 18 months.
Okay.
It was when I was doing...
Humble brag?
No, that was not a brag. You know what I was doing instead? Trauma work. So...
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what I've been missing in my life.
I don't... Like, and it was fine. And I masturbated and stuff, but like...
yeah, I mean, because you're not a machine. Yeah.
Normal person. Maybe more than... when I was at treatment, you couldn't have... like sex toys on you, and
I wonder why.
and I like these hands do not masturbate. I use toys just as a baseline.
Okay,
and so I like found a way to masturbate with a electric toothbrush.
Oh yeah,
I brought 2 toothbrushes. I brought a normal toothbrush, an electric toothbrush, and if you take the head off and wrap a towel around it, like a washcloth, nothing too thick. When I told my therapist I wanted to start dating again, the end of last year, she's like, you should get an app. And I was like, nope. She's like, just one, whatever the least creepy one you've ever experienced.
What's the least creepy one?
Well, it was Tinder, and now I'm just...
No.
For real.
That's the most creepy.
No, OkCupid is the most creepy.
What? Why? Why? He's not. Why?
2 out of 3, like, we yes.
I mean, I've never been on any.
Okay, so you have no dog in this fight.
Yes, serious boycott of the apps.
Oh, yeah, I know. You're just, and you don't watch The Real Housewives. Like, this is why I seek counsel from you, is I feel like you're so much more put together than me.
Okay, wait, but did you not just hear everything I've been saying?
I did. Okay,
because you're like sick in the head if you think that. I'm such a mess. It's like, it's sad, honestly.
But in different ways.
I mean, in a lot of ways.
They're not the ways that I'm sick, so I can seek counsel from you on that.
Okay, you know what? That's true, because
you gotta find people who have different shit going on than you.
Yes,
but are both equally trying to be better people.
Yes, growth. That's how you grow together.
Throw a hashtag on it.
Yeah.
But for real, like, when I got back from Arizona, that was like the thing. Like, and it's been a hard fucking year.
Everyone goes to rehab in Arizona and says good things about it.
Or Florida. Like, because I said, had my pick of places. So I, like, one day.
Went somewhere warm because you're smart.
And, like, it was an old dude ranch. And
were there horses?
There were.
Aww.
Here's the reason, actually, why I chose it. And first of all, I found this out retroactively, and you won't care, but maybe your listeners will. My favorite teen mom went to the same place.
Okay, I was like, why don't I care?
Several months
now
before.
I know. Wait, which one?
Caitlin. She's the one who gave her baby up for adoption.
Caitlin.
She's from, like, the very first season. Caitlin and Tyler, they're now married.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I like.
I don't watch the show, but I am familiar with the zeitgeist.
Okay.
So I know the character.
So, but I did intakes at like 7 different places. And the reason I went to this place is I was like, can you tell me what a typical day looks like at your facility? Like, what can I expect when I'm there?
Where is your masseuse?
They had her on Saturdays.
There we go. That's my kind of rehab. But see, I went to rehab in jail. It wasn't like that.
Yeah, it
no massages.
That was the nicest rehab I've been to, and I've been to a couple.
Okay.
Never inpatient. That was my first inpatient. If you're gonna go inpatient, if you're gonna go 30 days, go for the whole shebang.
Okay.
If you have access.
Shout out.
Shout out
To the whole shebang.
Cause it was hard, but when I asked what their day looked like, they're like, well, this is when you'll have your primary group. There's like 4 or 5 people in that. These are other things. They're like, but we really don't know what your day looks like until you get here and we can design your schedule together.
Okay.
So
flexibility.
And most places that I talked to were like, we really pride ourselves on our unique programming. I was like, cool. What does a day look like? She's like, well, there's about 50 people who are inpatient at all times and you do everything together.
Ew.
I'm just like, no.
I don't like group activities.
Here's
of
the thing.
Any kind.
When I was there, it was in a lull. There were like 12 people there. It was perfect. I got my own room because I snore.
Okay.
So I got my own room and it was like, yes, it was very nice. I sleep with a stuffed javelina now, which is...
A what?
Javelina. They're kind of like... They're ugly and they're smelly and they're kind of like boars, I guess. They have like razor sharp tusks.
Okay.
And they're hairy. They live in Arizona. They fuck like rabbits and they're very protective mamas.
Wait, so you got a taxidermy or like a stuffed animal?
A stuffed animal. It was from the gift shop.
Okay.
But I still keep in contact with the people I went.
Oh.
You want to know what's funny? The woman who was my counselor had just moved to Tucson. It was in Tucson. She had just moved to Tucson, but she used to live in LA and she dated one of the main guys at the Groundlings. And she's like, if you ever go to LA, let me know.
Toss up.
And I was like, she's like, I could get you a show. I'm like, I can't do comedy. I can't do it the way I used to do it.
So do you still do comedy?
I call myself comedy adjacent. Oh, you know what I do?
Yeah.
You know what I do that's really fun is I stage manage the character assassination roasts. Andy Fleming does a really fun job of like, they cast it and they like, it's always...
He's my enemy.
Why?
Because he's the ex-boyfriend of my friend, so he is my enemy.
Oh, got it. I forget that they dated.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
No, I picked a side, that's all.
Okay, well,
and it's not his.
I've
never met him. I actually don't even know what he looks like. I only know the name because of my friend. Mm-hmm. But I'm on her side, so fuck him forever. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What were you saying about him?
I stage manage a show once a month at the Laugh Factory that he runs
With my enemy.
with your enemy.
And what's his show? No, don't say it. Don't give him any promo. No, I'm just kidding. You can say it. But don't go.
Well, I have to go.
No, not you. Nobody's listening.
Okay.
You can say the show, but nobody go.
Okay, it's the character assassination roasts.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. You already said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't go, though. No one go.
Laugh Factory for Sunday, 7:00.
Yeah, don't go.
But no, I stage managed professionally after college for a while in Minneapolis. So I wanted to stage manage again. And this is like simple, not a big time commitment.
Yeah, because the Laugh Factory is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Get it?
I feel like if I just find like, and I feel like I feel like so stupid for even being like, this is what I want. Like, if I just find like a nice architect.
Why is that stupid though?
And I can just be like a crazy do-gooder and like.
Why? Because he has money?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, I mean, I'm going to be a do-gooder anyway. Like, I don't care if I find, and that's the thing. I don't care if I find the fucking architect. I found the thing I want to do. And that's kind of more important to me than a dude.
See, I want to marry a doctor because I feel like not because they have money, because I feel like they're good at dealing with difficult things. And I am a difficult thing.
Preach.
You know?
We always are hardest with the people we love. Like, I can guarantee my mom's super annoyed that I came to do this podcast. But guess what?
Why?
Because she's in town and she's only in town for a few days. But like, guess what? This is my life.
Doesn't she know you're getting paid? I pay all my guests to be here. How could you pass up that opportunity?
We had rescheduled several times, and guess what? This is what I want to do. And I'm
so grateful you're here today too.
It literally a year ago I would have been like, I'm being a brat. It's like, no, I'm doing what I want because I'm a fucking grown up.
You're doing amazing. I'm actually so proud of you.
Oh, please. Thank you.
I'm like so proud of you. I like have heard bits and pieces of all of that, but I didn't like hear it from start to finish. And I'm amazed. And I think that you're lovely.
I think you're lovely too. I have had to miss therapy the last couple weeks and we're reset up for next week. It's fine. But this is like, this is
therapeutic. It's cathartic. Maybe not therapeutic, but it is cathartic.
I really appreciate you sharing this space with me. It's great.
Yeah, I love you. I love being here.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I love being a guest on podcasts.
Yeah. It's fun to just like talk about yourself and fuck everyone else.
That's what I want.
Even the listeners. No, I'm just kidding. That's why you're here, right?
I've had a super interesting life.
Yes, you have. Actually, like so interesting.
And the world should know. Mm-hmm. Well,
maybe you should start your own podcast.
Nah.
I mean,
No, I have to be really careful. Like, I have to be aware of what I take on because it looks like I just have the summer free to just work, but grad school starts in the fall and I need to fucking get some meds right and I need to like take some better care of my physical body. That's where I lack is like taking care of my physical body, just not good at it. And like really tending to my meds with this new diagnosis. That's the thing that I need to do.
Well, I mean, that's living the dream, basically. When you're like healthy enough to be like, I'm going to meal prep and like exercise, then it's like you literally have no problems. You should run the world. You know what I mean?
Or at least have a bigger stake in it, you know?
Yeah. If you meal prep and you exercise, then like run for office.
Please.
Honestly. What are you doing?
Mary
Kate? No, she doesn't listen.
I don't want to do it. I want to do my little corner. Mm-hmm. I want to do my little. Oh, I would never run for office. I would fucking die. I did too much political work earlier in my career.
Yeah, well, it's all a joke, so.
Yeah, no, everything is a lie. Everything is a lie.
Yeah.
These are things I wouldn't have learned if I hadn't moved to Chicago and met some very influential people.
Dude, that's amazing. That's like a total come up story, you know?
I mean, it makes me frustrated at the woman I was when I was younger, but I knew no different.
Oh, I'm frustrated at the woman I am today.
Hey.
And tomorrow.
That's my friend B you're talking about.
Did your parents cover like everything?
Nothing.
Did you have a lawyer?
Okay, so for this DUI, they covered nothing. For the last DUI, they covered nothing.
They got your car out of impound, though.
My dad got my car out of impound, but I paid for my attorney. Mm-hmm. I paid all my court fines. Oh, that's not true.
You owe the county $500.
I owe the county $500, but
they'll never find you.
Oh, no, they're going to get it in August. I actually asked if I could. I said, can I come in June and pay it? Because I'll have it by June. And
gross.
Well, I could have it by June. I just want it over.
I hate them though.
Because I thought I had to pay them to get my license back, but they fucking lied to me.
So do you have your license back?
No, I don't even fucking want my license. My dad's bugging me about it. He just like doesn't understand how I can get around without a car. Anyway, it probably cost me $10,000. It probably cost my parents.
That's
I paid
standard.
some of it. I paid some of it. I sold my car.
Yeah, no, but just so you know, if you're like not old enough to drink, Brie, and you are thinking about drinking and driving, anyone else listening, and you are considering that, it could be a $10,000 Uber ride that you didn't take.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So just like take that Uber. We live in the future.
It's possible. Please, 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 please do not drink and drive. It is stupid. It is a 100% avoidable crime.
Or you mean don't be like drunk and drive.
Okay,
You know?
I'm saying don't drink and drive. In the city of
Sometimes I
Chicago,
drink
there's
while
no
I'm
goddamn
driving.
reason that you need to drink and drive.
Absolutely. Agree with that 100%. But sometimes I like to drink while I'm driving because I want to have the beer that I pick instead of the beer that is being served.
We, in North Dakota, those are called roadies.
Yeah, Wisconsin road sodas.
Yeah. Wisconsin road sodas. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here for it. I love that. Yeah, it's, I mean, you know, just a little something to drink on the road.
What's your other question?
What's your other question? Well,
Are you afraid of cops now?
my father was a Secret Service agent.
Oh, we never got into that.
So it's not that I ever was afraid of cops. I always just I knew what my dad did was more important. So, and again, every cop that I've come into contact with in a legal capacity has treated me like, I mean,
Probably because they know your like name is on some kind of list and they're like, "Oop,
somewhere.
she's an insider."
First cop gave me a cigarette. One cop gave me a cigarette before he took me in and booked me, he let me have a cigarette. And he's like, "You don't have to let this get you down. You're a smart lady."
Like, you don't know that.
You don't do you know how fucking, like, I graduated college with, like, not a good GPA. Like, I got A's in all my theater courses, but I got fucking C- and everything else. Because I fucking could, because there was no question. And
Also, grades are arbitrary and don't matter.
college doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only reason I'm going to grad school is to learn how to do a very specific thing that will yield me no money, but it feels important. And it really, like, it's way better than the system they have now.
Well, I also feel like college doesn't matter, but it's actually like super fun to like not be working and to have a different purpose. So college doesn't matter, but definitely like do it so that you don't have to be a person yet.
And maybe not even like, I don't necessarily think people should go to college straight from high school.
Yeah, probably not. Or at all. But I mean, also go. You know what I mean? It's like whatever you want.
We need more, but on the low, we need more plumbers. There is a drastic plumber shortage, and you can make hella bank.
So like, are you currently like sober of alcohol?
I have some sobriety. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I really just try and focus. Like, I've managed to string together some time now, and I don't really do AA. But honestly, the thing that probably is keeping me from doing I sold my car. I don't have a license, but I literally got to, like, I don't need a car in Chicago. I can have a totally fulfilling life without it. And I feel like I was always, like, I was sold a bill of goods that was a lie. You don't need a car. You don't need a husband. You don't need to, like, have a traditional career path. Like, it's okay to do shit your own way.
Very progressive.
Literally just occurred to me a year ago.
Aloha and welcome to episode 26 of That Time I Got Arrested.
I
This
just
one I
see
am
a lot
so
of
excited
people,
about, you
and
guys. It is a
no disrespect
controversial
to them,
episode
but I
between
don't
me and
know
my
if that's all I
producer,
want.
but I really enjoyed
Like, you want
this
a thing to
interview.
fucking make me
It's
drink?
with Katie
Make me someone's
Oliver.
wife.
She is so
Make me someone's
delightful.
mother.
She is a
I'll fucking
real life
drink,
friend of
man.
mine. And
Give
she's
them the pills, maybe?
she's a
I
cool
don't know.
chick,
Like,
and she's been through a lot. And I am so excited
like,
to
they really
have her
are.
on and
But, like,
share this
just like
episode
a
with you.
little
She is
Percocet on
an
a rainy
avid
Sunday
listener,
afternoon.
and I appreciate her and her love and support so much. Like, she texted me on Mother's Day and was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about you." Like, that's
Damn.
nice. That's just nice. People aren't nice anymore.
You
But if you want to be nice to me, maybe you could
famous
submit to the podcast. I'm pretty
Thomas
sure
Jefferson.
1 or like 20 of you have been arrested.
Let's see.
And I want to hear your story.
Yeah,
So
the only thing I
hit
have
us
to
up
plug is
at
my Venmo.
thattimeigotArrested@gmail.com
It's at
and let me know
Katie-Oliver-20.
about you. And while you're at it, if you're on your phone, if you're like in Gmail, then
Give me money
why don't you
to buy me
go on
weed.
social media, like
medicine, as I call it.
Instagram, and follow us on Instagram.
Yeah,
That
I
Time
don't
Got
have any
Arrested, or
shows.
follow me Casper. I have more listeners than I have followers.
You know where to find
That's
me.
not an equation I'm comfortable
on
with.
Instagram.
While you're at
Andy
subscribe to the
Wolverine.
podcast. Tell your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, and then when you're on iTunes, I know this is a lot of instructions, but
this is fun.
trust me, this is good for both of us. While you're on iTunes, leave us a 5-star review, and if you do, and you hit me up,